Thank you and welcome to another night of the GOC experience. I am your host, Gabaria Sha'ala. I'm coming to you live from New York City, as we do every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern. Thank you and welcome everyone from joining us and also for supporting the show. We're going to be having a very exciting show today. We're going to be having a guest. Mr. Trent Cameron. He is a actor in the Hollywood world, and he's going to be joining us. Thank the Most High that he found the truth, and we're going to be talking about his journey and his experience, waking up and knowing the world for what it is. I have Brother Zariah with me. Brother, you there? Let me put you in.
Shalom, brother. I'm here.
Shalom, brother. Thank you. I know you're always behind the scenes, so thank you for supporting the show and supporting me and helping me. I won't be able to do it without you.
Oh yeah, no problem, brother. I'm always here to do my part, so however I can help.
Bless you, brother. Bless you. Well, the Hollywood world is a very interesting world, and it's always interesting in having somebody that came from that world. He is interesting when someone from the Hollywood world that experienced that world, and which is a very tempting world to stay in and continue trying to reach for the stars as they call it, and for someone to see and wake up and be spiritually enough to say, what, it's more than life than just being a star in front of a camera. So it's just a blessing for the brothers who are going to be joining us shortly. Also, perhaps I believe maybe Elder Ricard may be joining us as well. Throughout the evening. I look at Hollywood today and what has become that, I used to be a big movie buff. I used to, like action movies, drama, even movies that thought-provoking, if you will. And I notice now that there's a different type of stars now or celebrities of what they'll call, celebrities or reality show celebrities. And it's these shows are cheap, the average Joe could become a star overnight without really putting in the work. It's funny, the majority of the stars you may see to come up, or a new star, a new actor, and you say, oh, there's a new hot thing. Half the time, these individuals been working at this craft for a long time, and they were at the right place at the right time. So it's even the profession itself is diminishing to some degree. So it'll be interesting to get somebody from that perspective, and tell us from their perspective. So, I think I see the brother in. I think Brother Zariah, I think he's bringing him in. Yes, I see him in. We're going to bring Brother Mr. Trent Cameron. He has been in movies in The Wood, also the DC Sniper, 23 Days of Fear, also I believe Focus too. Also, he's been in television shows like The Parkers and also General Hospital. So we're going to put the brother in right now.
Shalom.
Mr. Cameron. Shalom, Mr. Cameron. How are we doing?
Oh, I'm blessed, brother. How are you?
Pretty good. When I spoke to Elder Ricard in regards that, when in details in regards how, you started waking up and you started, seeing what we're doing, and I would love to hear from, I guess, from your perspective, your spiritual journey. Now, you should get I did some research on you, brother. You was born Trent Joseph Cameron. I believe you was born in, I don't want to give away your age, in May 16th, and I'll leave it at that. I believe you was in California, Los Angeles. You was born and raised?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Are you still residing in the California area, or are you elsewhere?
Elsewhere at the moment, but I have residence there as well. But like everyone else, I will soon be vacating the Daughter of Babylon.
Well,
undisclosed location.
Thank the Most High for that. So,
yeah.
You know, I know, you know, with actors, I believe actors are born, they're not made. I believe it's a desire, it's something that you're born with, the desire to perform in an artistic level. So when did you first begin, in regards to, from a personal perspective, the actor's bug, if you will?
Well, to be quite honest, by living in the Los Angeles area and being born there and coming up, I mean, you have everyone that's trying to get their kids into acting, and everyone's trying to be an actor, singer, writer, producer, director, casting director, you have it, you name it. But I, on the other hand, you know, kind of like you said, this was just kind of a natural gift of mine. I always had the ability to memorize, you know, lines upon lines at a very young age, and I was early on I just really craved a lot of attention. Okay, so I'm the youngest of my family, so you know how that, you know, the youngest are always spoiled. So I just really craved a lot of attention. We happened to be out in Beverly Hills. I was age 8. My mom was a health fanatic, and we were at Quinn's Market. A Jewish woman, oddly enough, came up to me, said she just loved, I don't know, whatever type of demeanor, you know, emanated from me at that age. Gave me her card, said, hey, I'd like to, you know, send him out on a few auditions, see how he would do, and I ended up booking my the first audition out was a commercial, Blue Cross commercial, and then it just really took off. Did a movie with Sammy Davis Jr., which was his last film, called The Kids Who Love Christmas, and that was really the film that really was my debut, that really kind of launched my career as a child. Went away from it for a while and then came back to it as an adult. But now I had to leave it. I've been out of the acting arena for about 4 years now. Once I came into the truth, it's like a septic tank, man. I mean, you can't serve, you know, two masters. So, if I were to stay there, I would be compromising. So.
Well, we you know, you're covering a lot of ground. So I wanted to, I guess, slow take it back just a bit. Your spiritual journey. Let's start with that. That your mother was spiritual, your father. You know, how was your bring up in regards to spirituality, and also how, you know, I would say that the Gathering Christ Church is one of the most out of the beaten path, if you will, of churches. You know, it would not, So, how did you stumble into the understanding on, you know, the wisdom understanding of the Gathering Christ Church, of who you are in the Bible? So you take us there in that journey. How that developed.
Okay. Well, first I have to utilize John 6:44, of course, you know, which stipulates no man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him. You know, so I can't. It's not of my own accord. Essentially, I was drawn because really I go over it in my mind, and sometimes I think, you know, it's amazing that I've come into the truth. So I wanted to start off with that. But to answer your question on a physical level, you know, my mother raised me and my brother and I, and we came up in a traditional Christian household. Okay, and to this day, my mother is still a diehard, you know, non-denomination Christian with her beliefs. So, at the very least, I had somewhat of a seed embedded in me, an inkling of the truth, you know, although distorted. So I at least had a conscience and knew that I wanted to do something righteous with my life. So hopefully that answers your question as far as did I have a Christian upbringing? Yes. I was always searching, and I saw coming up in churches, and I went to a few of the mega churches out in California, but I really saw that it was more show. I mean, the entertainment was no different than when I went on a set, a Hollywood set. The whole setup, I'm telling you, it's very similar. I mean, you have literally a lot of these mega churches have literal sets, and they have prop designers that come in and set up the entire aesthetic setting, if you will, that will cater to the human eye. It's amazing.
These big, churches that assemble looks similar to these big studios, studios and productions.
Right.
Will you mind mentioning a few that maybe some of these names we do recognize?
Okay. One of the churches that I came up in that was was Church of the Harvest, which it's interesting that you mentioned that. Church of the Harvest is the pastor there is Clarence McClendon, and Clarence McClendon was the pastor over Church of the Harvest, which is a pretty renowned church there in Los Angeles. A lot of actors would go there. Rapper KRS-One attended, Tia and Tamara, from Sister Sister. Now one of them, I think, I want to say it's Tia, is on The Game. It's a show with a football premise or whatnot. But that was one major deal, and something. I found myself. I was a young man. I ended up, having a daughter outside of wedlock when I was a young man at age 21. And me coming up with my father absent in the home, I just kind of really needed someone to turn to. And it was interesting because it was known that I was an actor there at the church and so forth. We got special attention. We could park closer to the front. We can meet with the pastor and different things. So anyhow, long story short, I really needed someone to talk to in that situation there. I just kind of really just needed, a man just kind of really to talk with and to give me some guidance on what to do. And it was just a total slap in the face because I ended up being blown off because he had not realized who I was, because in the fashion of which I tried to get over to him, it was not brought to his attention, and he didn't realize that I was one of his, good-paying, known actors, okay, in the congregation. So, and I saw quickly how the rest of the bunch were treated, and I didn't like that. And really from that moment is when I really understood that this was not something I wanted to be a part of, and I knew that it couldn't be correct. And that's when I really started reading the Word for myself and just delving in. And, of course, a lot of the things, the Deuteronomy 28:68 really stuck out to me. I remember even talking to my mother and even a few pastors about that, regarding that. I just really felt that, the dilapidated, the impoverished, so-called Negro African Americans at that time, I felt this has to be us. So I'll go ahead and end it there. But that is one of the major churches that I attended. Of course, also Fred Price's church and